gentlemen, for you ones that guys, last season, you guys made the NCAA tournament. Only lost the season last year, correct?
One loss, correct.
What was, how much of a motivating factor was that coming back this season and wanting to try to get even further this season?
Well, I guess I'll think, last year we came short of our goals. We felt that we were hard done by NCAA. I thought, we didn't get the justice that we deserved. We finished the season 16, 1 and 2, and then we got a 16 seed, which doesn't happen because we're in the top 5 the entire year. So to have lost to UConn in penalty kicks, we thought we were unlucky. And coming back this year, we wanted to make sure that we take control of everything in our hands. And as you've already known, this season wasn't easy for us early on, which makes it even sweeter now for us, winning the American East in the fashion that we did. And to put all our hard work together to get to this stage. So now, the hard work is only beginning.
For Billy, Omar, or Jordan, defensively, what's been the key for you guys? Has it been communication? Has it been kind of knowing each other? What's been the key to shutting teams down, especially some of the caliber of teams you've played?
Overall, I feel like we are doing a lot better communicating, and we're also doing a lot better reading off each other. It's like season went on, we got more comfortable with him back in, and with all that, our communication better, and everyone's accepting their role as like what their responsibilities are, and which has made it a lot easier for everyone else, because then you don't have to worry about so much when your teammates got your back, or someone in the back, like the next person next to you's got your back, and leading up to everything. I think everyone's like on up to their responsibilities, and we're communicating as well. So it's all together.
I think just general cohesion of the back line. We've all come together and just made a strong commitment. Before every game, we say, look, we aren't giving up a goal today. We will not give up a goal today. If we don't give up a goal, we're not going to lose. And we take that very seriously. We take pride in not giving up goals, and that starts the whole way up from K the whole way back. Team pressure, and I think that's how we've been successful. Is the commitment, just the strong commitment and pride we take.
Yeah, the whole thing with not giving up goals, especially the past month or so, we've done a really good job defensively. And that's not just the back line and Billy, that's the whole team. From the midfield to K, defensively we've been really, really solid, and everybody's been on the same page. Especially from defenders communicating to the midfield, trying to divvy up where pressure's coming from and all that stuff. We've just, as the year has gone on, we've gotten better and better at that, and now we're peaking at the right time.
Have you guys felt more pressure with these tournament games? I think Louisville really had opened the up the second half against you guys, and you didn't break. Have you felt more pressure each game than the team you play? Because offensively, how they're attacking you?
To be honest, going into each game, as a team, we see I don't think it's hit all of us where we're at. So I think we're just taking it on a game at a time, in which we're just another game. And so whatever game we're going into, we see as another game. And we see as a team, we want to do everything we can to win that game. So I think it's been working really well for us, in which going into this game, I feel like we don't have as much pressure, because since we're the underdog, so I guess that's what everyone's saying. Since we're the underdog, we don't have as much pressure as some other teams that will go, well, some of the bigger league teams that might come out against us. So I feel like they have more pressure to perform, but as in second half, we do well and keeping our shape and keeping everything together. So as the game goes on, getting to another team put more pressure. Of course, mistakes will happen, but it's just us communicating as a team that's kept everything together.
You guys, what was the turning point? I mean, you had a stretch there, lost. You had a 5-1 streak, losing 4 of those games, and then basically picked it up since. Was there something that you guys regrouped at that point after the George Mason loss? Was there just something that kind of clicked? What was the difference at that point in the season?
It was a hard time for us, but it's just one thing that we had a lot of meetings in those times with just players, with coaches. We've just decided that no matter what happens, we're gonna stick together. I think when you go through stretches like that, teams tend to break and fold. And that's the beauty of our team. We don't do that. We decided to stick together when it was most crucial. And as a result, we came out of it with gold run and going forward.
Ed?
For Jordan and Billy and Omar again, just to piggyback off what Todd was saying, I know you guys are talking about how you want to shut out the opposing team. Obviously, I think every defense probably says that going into a game. Is that easier said than done?
Yeah, I would definitely say it's easier said than done. Like, for example, actually the past 2 games, Maryland and Louisville, I felt like we did really well against them. We got the goal we needed to, and obviously, NCAA tournament games, you lose, you're done. The last 15, 20 minutes, they're sending more numbers, trying to get that tying goal. And I mean, naturally with that, we're going to play more conservative and play more defensive to try and use that pressure. And we've dealt with that, and so far, we've done really well. And 1-0 win, 1-0 win, and a 0-0 draw that we won in PKs. I think the numbers speak for itself. We've done really well defensively despite all that pressure.
Okay, Pete, so you said it's been your first 3 years at Towson.
Yeah.
So you were obviously there when the program folded, right? And then you're here in the Elite Eight, and not the way you envisioned it when you first went to college. Can you talk about what that ride has been like? What it means to be this 20 season with here at UMBC?
It's nothing that I really thought would happen. I thought I was done in soccer, really in soccer, and I know like half these guys here, I knew them before coming in, knowing them since I was like 10, and I just still wanted to play. At least my last year, I wanted to play, and these guys called me and, hey, we would love to have you here. I was at the UConn game last year when they lost in PKs, and the atmosphere, I've never had that at Towson, and I just wanted to play in front of the crowd here and play with the guys that I've known for years now. And it was just one of those things that I'd rather do it one more time than to not do it at all. And I made the decision to come here, and it's been a great experience ever since.
So they kind of recruited you.
Yeah. Every single one of them called me. Mom did call me, texted me. Coach would call me, I'd just look at him like, whatever. But once they called me, it's just like, oh, like, what are you doing? Nothing, I'm hanging out. Yeah, you should probably come to UMBC. And it was just a lot of those, and like, just like the family, like, atmosphere they have here, like, don't get me wrong, Towson is great, but it's different here when you're winning. So.
And unlike most schools, this is a soccer school. Most people, you guys are playing for 3,000 fans a game, right? Pretty consistent. So this sport that everyone kind of gathers on homecomings centered around, right? So there's that atmosphere that you don't get with a lot of schools in soccer.
For Billy and Omar, can you just talk about something that Jordan was saying? When offense scores a goal early, you know the second half, the opposing team is going to send wave after wave, try to get the tying goal. Does that heighten the pressure on you guys to make sure that they don't get that goal?
I mean, that's something that we work on in practice every day. We work on different scenarios, whether you're up a goal, down a goal, a minute left, different scenarios. So we credit coach to that. We've been doing that all year. And I think that's something that's paid off down here down the stretch. We've been able to keep the ball on net and get the results that we need. And that's just something that we work on a lot. I credit that to our training.
Same thing, just to piggyback off of his credit to coach. We've done well in which different scenarios. I think it's helped out us. But I think in the games as well, as teams begin to come down, we just just keep sharp. And with our communication going on now, it's just it's helped a lot coming from him, which he's always organizing us, whether it's in front of big crowds and you can barely hear him, which he's still doing his best to tell us just to stay awake and stay sharp and just keep our mind focused and stay awake for the next 10 or however long the attack's going. So,
Monica, your experience with the base and playing for national championships, has that helped you in situations like this? I mean, obviously you've played games where you're a national player. Has it helped you on this platform?
Yeah, I can't say it hasn't, to be honest. You get to a point where get to certain players, if you're an opposing team. But if you've been in places like that before, the national championship, which I pointed to my teammates, along with Marquez and Gaetan, who's also won the national championship with me. It makes it a lot easier for us because we understand now, what needs to be done in order to get to the next level. So, we try to get that for the whole team. And credit to the team, everyone was responsible. And like Billy said before, it gets to a point where the leadership gets spread out throughout the team. It's not just the captain's job to do something, it's everybody's job now. There's a time and place for everybody to lead, and when that time gets there, everyone gets their own responsibility to the job.
Do you tell them there's actually now that's just a finality if you lose? You say, this is going to be a different level.
For the players, Omar said something earlier about being the underdog. Is that a label you guys embrace?
Yeah.
Can you say why?
I guess I wouldn't say it's easier, because the magnitude of the game obviously is high for everyone. But when we, like I say, we go into College Park, we know we're the underdog. We've got to lose all the pressure on them. So we can play free, we can pretty much we know how we want to play, we know how we can play, and we just have to go out and execute. And when there's not that added pressure of, like, let's say Maryland had or Louisville had, to defend their home turf against the underdog, who's going to come out and bring everything against them, I think that helps us in a way. And we can call them road warriors. I saw that a couple times, and it's true. We go into places we don't fear anyone, and we come out on top.
You mentioned sort of being road warriors, but isn't there a part of you that's a little bit road weary about having to play all these games away from home?
No, it's just another game.
It's just another game.
It's another game. Ball rolls the same. It's still soccer. Nothing changes but where you're playing. And honestly, if we take the names off our backs, whatever, it's just, to me, you're just playing soccer. It's not something that your life depends on. It's just something you've been doing for years now, and it's just people watching. People watch when you were younger. You played away games when you were younger. You know what I mean? It's not something that I feel like should get to you pressure-wise. It's just you're not at home. You're not at a different school. You're still playing on the grass. You're still doing the same thing you do here, but in a different craft.
Whereas as underdogs, obviously, teams are attacking. More overly attacking you. Brown, another thing was that by their third round game, they're always with teams who put 10 guys behind the ball. They just find ways to tackle. Are you finding more space up top for earlier in the game? Teams kind of give you enough respect that you're going to attack them?
And honestly, the way we play, they know offensively, if we can at least hold K down, it's going to be harder for them to make something offensively. But my teammates, we figure it out no matter what. If I have to not get the ball for somebody else to get the ball, then we'll do that. If I have to draw them away for somebody else to be open, we'll do that. It's not a one-man game, but if the other team's going to play that way, then we're going to have to counter, which means that one man's not going to get the ball. And if, at Maryland, half the game, don't let 17 turn. Don't let 17 turn. I didn't score. Malcolm did. They weren't worried about Malcolm, and he put the ball back in net. So if they're going to keep doing that, then we got to do what we got to do. I've told these guys, I don't care. I care, but I don't care if I score or not. As long as my team wins the game, I'm still alive. You know what I mean? So it's not all about K scoring, K doing that. Obviously, I haven't scored a couple of games, but it's been winning, and I impact the way I can, and it's been working. So.
Are you able to make an adjustment in the game?
Yeah. I talk to Mom all the time. We even during the game, I would look, Mom, I need you to step up because clearly they're double teaming when they're doing this. But if they double me, that's fine. You have the ball, you have space, you can work with somebody else. I can take the space away, somebody else takes the space. So, you know what I mean? It's just reading the game and playing to your strength. If they're gonna do that, then we're gonna counter and beat them with their tactic.
For Mamadou, of the quarterfinalists, UMBC has scored the fewest goals, just 2 goals in regulation. How much does that worry you?
We're also the only team that hasn't given up goal. So it doesn't work at all. We're doing what we need to do to win the game. Like we said before, people call us underdogs and underestimate us at their own peril. That's their problem in college. We focus on what we
practicing with that more?
We've done the same thing every year. I mean, we started as soon as we get to American League playoffs, we start doing PKs at the end of most practices, almost every practice, and you know, it's the same thing as every other year. It's just you know, I think we've been sharp, and you know, we got through one shootout this year. You know, we aren't looking to go to another shootout again this year, but if it comes, I'm confident that we'll advance. So.
What about for the offensive guys? You guys are 3-3 on PKs during regulation throughout the year.
I mean, the only kids, I think it's just something that's, no matter how much you practice them, I guess if you can really get better at them, you can only go two ways. Either you score or you miss. So, I mean, for us, there's really no pressure, added pressure with it. It's just one of those things, you step up, you hit it, either you score or you miss.